In this video, we're going to talk about saving your files and some things that are going to save you in the case that your file does crash. So here we're again looking at that interior image. I've brought a clock in just to have an extra layer on this image, but everyone knows that to save your file, Control S is going to be the quickest and easiest way. So I haven't done that yet, so this is going to pop up as a save as. So I'm just going to say interior for layers with clock, and that's going to save my my file. So this Photoshop format options tab is going to come up, and it's going to ask me if I want to maximize this compatibility. For right now, I'm going to say no, but I'll tell you guys why in just a little bit, and then I'm going to say okay, and now my file is saved. So the reason that it asked me if I wanted to maximize my compatibility is because I have some of my file saving preferences set up within Photoshop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys kind of what that means and how that works and how to mess with those and edit them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to Edit. I'm going to come all the way down to Preferences, and I'm going to go to File Handling. And this Preferences, File Handling box will pop up. And this first little section up here is file saving options. And right now I have my file set to automatically save my information every 10 minutes. So that's what I have mine set to. I think that's pretty reasonable. And so what that does is that in the case that your file does crash, every automatically saved aspect of your Photoshop file will reopen when you close and open up Photoshop. So it will save that as a recovery because you have this set to automatically save recovery every 10 minutes. So if you've been working on your file for like 2 or 3 hours and your file crashes, you're not going to lose that 2 or 3 hours of work. You're just going to lose that last couple of minutes that Photoshop hadn't automatically saved that file. So that's something that you need to definitely have set. If you want to set it to every 5 minutes, you can. If you want to set it to more, but I think that 10 minutes is a pretty good amount of time to automatically save. So down here, you have your file compatibility section, and you notice that when I saved my file earlier, it asked me if I wanted to maximize my file compatibility, and I said no. So down here, I have it set to where every time I save my file, it's going to ask me if I want to do that. And instead of setting it to never and to always, I have it set to ask, because the only time that you want to maximize your file compatibility is if you're going to take it into another application like Lightroom. What it does is it increases the file size, and it makes it a really massive file that isn't necessary unless you're going to take it into another application like Lightroom. So I have it set to ask in the case that I am working on something that I want to set to Lightroom, but majority of the time I'm going to say no because I'm not taking any of these files into Lightroom to do anything else with them. So just to reiterate, in the case that you are taking something into Lightroom, you would want to maximize this file compatibility. But if not, go ahead and check no, because it's just going to make your file really, really large. And that's not always necessary for, for y'all's case. So those are some just tips on file saving and how to save yourself in the case that your file does crash.